to our first stop, which is Primavera. They are a grower of apples for our supplier, which is Chiquita Fresh Express. They actually have an orchard down here in Linden that actually grows some apples that go into our Happy Meals. So we're going to actually see an orchard where there's apples growing and kind of tour the facility and see what's going on.
We're going to probably spend maybe, give or take, 30 to 40 minutes out here in the field. Head back to our warehouse and we'll see, maybe not quite these exact apples this moment, but we'll see apples being processed.
You know, I grew up in agriculture up in El Dorado County and knew about apples, but what I didn't really appreciate was how much it took to take that apple from the field when you pick it off of the tree to that perfect apple that you get right in the store, or if you get that perfect apple slice when you go to a restaurant like McDonald's. I was saying to somebody before, I don't think we appreciate our food as much as we should, and how much work goes into that few minutes that it takes us to enjoy our sandwich or enjoy our breakfast.
We're going to go to Kruger Foods, which is a grower of cucumbers that they then pickle, and they use those pickles for our sandwiches and our wraps, and then also they make a relish out of those pickles that goes into our Big Mac sauce. So you'll get to see that entire process, and actually in the course of that tour you'll actually be able to make your own pickle, which will be super exciting.
In the tanks, those are primarily cucumbers, most all of them. And we also have some serrano chilies, as well as pickled carrots, pickled celery, and pickled cauliflower, and sauerkraut. Got about 30,000 pounds of cucumbers in this one tank. Wow. And on top of that, we have about 30,000 pounds of salt water, vinegar, and a little potassium sorbate.
Today's tour was just perfect, and what I think more people need to experience. And I think it's a great thing for McDonald's to really be reaching out and making sure that people know that they're eating the same food that goes into the grocery store, that goes into the restaurants that you prepare at your own table. And I'm just a big fan of making sure that everybody knows where their food really comes from.
We're going to go to Arista, which is our bakery. They bake our buns and our English muffins that are supplied in our restaurants.
This bakery was built in 1986, started up in February 1987.
It's just fascinating how many moving parts there are. It seems like instead of a background in baking, perhaps one would have a background in engineering.
It broadened my understanding and appreciation for McDonald's because you just view them as this corporate juggernaut. And to think that, the English muffin that, I had my egg white delight on this morning actually was produced within an hour of where I live. So it really makes it, a hometown feel to, again, a very large corporation. And the fact that they're owned individually, and I know Steve Ramirez and Alan and others who own the restaurants that I would frequent, makes it much more personable, and I'm more compelled to frequent those restaurants.